There's been a lot of great chess lately, and the candidates just ended, but at the same time that the candidates are reigniting a year-old flame, we have ourselves the Champions Chess Tour. The New in Chess Classic is currently going on as this video is airing, and I gotta say, one game from the prelims really stuck out to me. I'm the type of guy that, I'm click, 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 and then something catches my attention. And this particular game by Wesley So and Aryan Tari, fantastic play by White in this game in a copycat London system. And currently chessable in celebration of the Champions Chess Tour, the good people of Chessable, in their infinite wisdom, have decided to put courses on sale. And for 48 hours, all of my courses are on heavy discount. You simply click that link underneath. You can see all of them. One click. Without further ado, though, let's honor this great tournament and this fantastic game by a future boss, hopefully the future boss, Wesley So. You heard it here first. D4. And as I said, we get this copycat London system. And a lot of people look at these types of positions and go, they just get bored out of their mind. So the thing that first really gripped me was how, and where I'll move forward here, by move 7, we're going to get a fun and interesting position for the whole family. And that's what gets me going. And I'll first note that I have a London System series that I've recorded that is on the Palm Beach Chess Patreon. And my recommendation to play against the copycat was to have a little bit of trickery as you're breaking symmetry. So I recommend going with bishop e2 and then following up with knight e5. And it's critical to put the bishop on e2 because many moves black can make here get hit by g4, and black is already in big trouble. If he's just on autopilot making innocuous moves, this is how you can lose very, very quickly with black, or get a much worse position, I should say. And after takes, we have the clean follow-up with queen d3, knight c3, castle queenside, and you got yourself a healthy, aggressive position. So now let's see what Grandmaster So did. He decided to go with c4, and without missing a beat, this knight gets chopped. And the problem with this knight getting chopped for white is there's nothing able to really help with this block that is coming up with bishop b4 check. So if you're playing the home game and you're pretending you're playing this game, what would you do here? This is a good pause your video and think, because we've got ourselves a bit of a non-standard position. So hopefully you took the time to think, how's the best way to handle this position for white? And if you said knight d2 because it blocks the check, knight e4, and you're already in what I like to call the deep doo-doo. So king d1, and like I said, move 4, calm. Chess is a fair game. We shake hands. We agree to draws and such. Nah. By move 7, I consider this position extremely interesting because white is already defying principles. And when you put this in the engine's like, roughly equal. Have yourself some fun, guys. I can appreciate that. So white's goals are all the normal goals of chess. I want to eventually get my king safe. I want to get my pieces active. But I love seeing this uncoiling by Wesley in this game. So let's continue. Bishop d6. And now bishop g5. we're not in the trading business. I can understand and appreciate what you're saying. H6 was played in the game, but we are in the trading business when it comes to this position. takes. And this is already a critical moment in the evaluation of the position. So, again, if you're playing the home game, pause and figure out the plan for white here. All right, hopefully you took a pause. And without missing a beat, black's king is still in the center. We need to go after it and make it happen right now while there's an opportunity. E4. We are not so concerned with getting an isolated pawn because of the compensation we're going to get if black captures. And if he doesn't capture, he's going to have to deal with this immediate threat of e5. So bishop e7. And I love this next move. Bishop b5 check. And this position has been reached before. And looking in the database is kind of interesting because it was played c6, e5, queen f4, and bishop d3 with a win going to the boss Magnus Carlsen versus none other than Wesley So and Vic NZ in 2018. You gotta love when a man says, "You got me. I learned." And he uses it in his own games. You've got to take lessons from everybody. I love it. So c6 had been tested here. Not so much to good effect. But king f8 was played in this one. And this was also a very interesting thing to me because if you just pulled this position and then threw it out to a group of students and said, what are the ratings of the two players playing white and black? You would not be able to guess from this position. And in fact, you may guess very, very low rated from the placement of the kings. So essentially we have a chess 960 game at this point, and we all know that Wesley is the boss when it comes to chess 960. So after king f8, e takes d5, trying to castle by hand. White centralizing the queen. And that bishop's moved a lot in this game. I just want to make note of that. Knight e5. And this knight is the most powerful knight you're going to be able to get. And he's going to be the fulcrum in the position for the rest of the game here. Completely dominating. After king g7, f4, said sinking that knight in. That is his square. Thank you for encouraging our bishop to be great again. And watch the slow uncoiling here. The knight's solid. First it was the queen, then the knight. Now the bishop is lining up. Everybody's gradually forming for this kingside attack. Rook d8. Lining the rook up. Getting the king out of the way, connecting rooks. And already development feels much more like a normal, natural position. After queen e7, queen f3, and bishop c4. b5 was definitely an opportunity for black here with counterplay. After bishop b3, a5, and it's an interesting and messy position. This is definitely a big opportunity looking with the engine that black missed. But in the main game, after bishop c4, the queen e8 move was played, which this is where everything seems to unravel. It was that moment b5 with counterplay had to be found. Rook ae1, now white is fully coordinated. And just the phases of this game is kind of ridiculous to me, where you go from super simple, solid London system copycat position to neither king castled to this position with a pretty one-sided attack. Here it comes. Check. And I'm pretty sure black was hoping for like a quick bishop b3 and queen takes d4. But after king b1, we're getting fun. Bishop takes e5 doesn't help. because of the attack on the knight. So rook f8, trying to hold it, but it's not going to happen. Queen d3, g4, the attack's arrived. And you got your pawn back, but nothing doing. f5, the breakthrough has arrived. f6. And you can't run from Wesley. He's the steamroller when he gets this attack going. Check. Bishop d3 with a mate threat. Got to stop that. And knight g6 ends the game. But let's go a few more moves here. About 7 to be exact, because it's pretty pleasing seeing the forcing play and resulting mate. So king g8, just check. All he can do is block and jettison a few pieces here. Now, this next move is classy. This is the one where I wanted to show you guys the next few moves. See if you can find the fastest checkmate here. All right, hopefully you paused your video and tried to figure it out. The fastest checkmate comes from knight f8. We need the queen eyeing the f5 square. And with either capture, we got rook takes, pawn takes, taking away critical squares, and nothing much black can do. Rook e6, checkmate. So hopefully you're checking out the new In Chess Classic and overall the Champions Chess Tour. Absolutely great chess being played. And this game. Every time I seem to be finding Wesley So games, I'm becoming a bigger and bigger fan of this man. And if you haven't seen him beat me, you should check out that game in the Paul Meets Chess YouTube channel. Yeah, he took me to task in the Pro Chess League. Really fun stuff.